All right, one of my tenants has an inspection, so let's get into it and see what we got. So we have a bunch of flooring just sitting here on the ground, and then we walk in the living room. There's no flooring on the living room ground.
Ooh, ain't no house. You talking about flooring? The bed ain't even got no structure to it. Like, boy, that look like the trap. My goodness. Wait a minute now.
All right, one of my tenants has an inspection, so let's get into it and see what we got. So we have a bunch of flooring just sitting here on the ground, and then we walk in the living room. There's no flooring on the living room ground. It's been used as firewood because there's no heat, electricity, or water running in this house. And in the kitchen, we don't have a refrigerator anymore or a stove. And I asked the tenant, where is it? She said, I don't know. I don't know where they went. And I said, that's absolutely crazy. And yes, someone does actually live here at this exact moment. Like, that bed is being used to sleep on. This is one of the bedrooms. I would say we have a roof leak, but no, it's because there was a fire in here because they're using this room to heat the house with kerosene and all other things. Flooring is missing in this bedroom, and there's also a dead bird on the ground. Don't know where that came from, but that's okay. So next bedroom, it looks fine. You know, this is A-okay. And then we've got the bathroom. All right, nice smells because it can't flush the toilet because there's no water on. Because there's no power on, has been on for like 2 years now. We have to go get an inspection to get the power back on. But yes, like I said, I'm just gonna keep emphasizing, someone lives here. Someone's just living in this condition. That's what she does. She just lives here like this. I don't know. At this point, it's so far gone, I just kind of let it go until someone kicks her out. And we'll wait for that to happen. But anyway, here's the backyard. Just make sure you go check on your tenants sometimes, because I didn't, and this is what happens. So we'll see you in there.
I can't even say that's the trap. I don't see no stove. She don't know what happened to it. She sold that for drugs. It's an attic stand there. Straight up. His tenant is an addict. There's no other explanation. How can you stay there like that? That's sad, man. Birmingham, huh? That's Birmingham, Alabama. Oh, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And I got family from there. My pop's side from out there. But I'm going to talk about it. I ain't shocked. Alabama is his own little world, man. It's a different place. But shout out to everybody from out there.
What does it look like every time a Section 8 tenant moves out of your house? To be honest, it's nuts. I don't get it. If they're so poor they can't afford anything like their own rent, why do I need to fill up at least one dumpster every time these heathens move out of my houses?
I had one Section 8 tenant. She didn't ruin the property like that. What she would do is do damages, put holes in walls, because she knew Section 8's policy is the landlord has to make repairs or they'll hold up your check. They won't pay the tenant's rent until all repairs are made. Then you got to wait for them to come out and do an inspection. And she would break something else. Hold my money up. That's why my issue ain't with Section 8 tenants. My issue is with Section 8 themselves. Where I'll never do business with them again. Yeah, so anyway, and I also rent by the rooms. Because if you get a bad tenant that'll destroy your property, you reduce that chances if you have 3 people, 4 people living in the place, and you have one bad tenant. Because all they can do is mess up their own room. Because the other tenants likely will tell you ahead of time if that tenant is doing damage to any of the common areas. So anyway, like, follow, share.
Section 8 tenants sure know how to abuse the policy. They know how to get over it, man. Destroy certain things inside the house to hold this man check up. That sounds like something the Section 8 tenant would come up with. Pathetic. Yo, mother burns down her own house after losing food stamps in Section 8. This is what I'm talking about right here.
You're the only one seen leaving.
Right, but he was left in the house.
Okay.
When I left, he was in the house.
How did he get out of the house?
I don't know.
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out, because a fire occurred about 5 minutes after you walked out of it. You're the only one on camera, and you're not having difficulty walking. You're not having pain. You're walking calm as day on the phone. We see it.
Yeah, because I was leaving, getting away from him.
So this whole, like, oh, I can't walk, I can't move right now, I don't buy it. Because we watched you walk away from a fire.
And also it was...
I walked away from a fire.
Yeah.
It wasn't no fire when I left. He was left in the house. I was getting away from him.
In 5 minutes, it was coming out of the roof.
There wouldn't have been enough time for you to have walked out of that house and for him to have started.
So you trying to say I started a
It's
fire?
being investigated. I'm letting you know that right now.
Come on now.
So you don't know anything about a fire?
No, I don't.
Okay. That's what I'm letting you know where we're at, because you're going to be contacted by the Detective Bureau and by the fire department. That's what's happening.
Liar, liar, house on fire.
I'm telling you the truth. Why
Okay.
would I understand what you're coming from and what you're saying. But
we're going to confirm all
what
this.
did I look like starting a fire? That's all I got. Me and my kids.
I don't know that. That's why we're talking to you about it. But I'm letting you know that this is an ongoing investigation. And
That's fine.
You'll be contacted by a detective and by the fire department, by the fire marshal.
That's
They're
fine.
going to find out what happened, okay? And we're going to have to contact Mr. Campbell as well and account for where he's at and where his movements were today. Okay?
That's fine.
You guys have you had domestic issues before? Or is this the first time?
In the past.
Where at?
There was nothing ever reported or anything like that.
You never reported ever? How long have you been together?
I just told you, I just got in contact with him like 3
He
months
told me.
ago.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, he doesn't
I
know.
wasn't
Yeah.
from that. That's okay. So about 3 months ago? So you guys have only been dating for 3 months?
No, we just got in contact. We started seeing each other again. We wasn't calling ourselves together or anything like that.
How long have you known him for? I mean, that's what I'm asking. Does that make sense?
She insisted her ex-boyfriend, Keith Darnell Campbell, had been living with her for 3 days, and that on the night of the fire, he became enraged after going through her phone and became violent with her. When detectives ran Campbell through the lien system, the results were absolute and devastating to her narrative. Keith Campbell had been incarcerated at Newberry Prison since February 13th, 2024, 2 months before the fire. He couldn't have been in her house.
She should have chosen another name. She gonna say her real dude name, and he locked up. Try to put it on him. Wow. She should be thrown in jail for that. You trying to give this man additional charges or get him in trouble, even if he was out. Let's say he was out. If he was out, let's say they did believe her narrative. She might have got this man in trouble for something he didn't do. She should be held accountable. Thankfully, he was locked up, or he would have had an arson charge on him.
Couldn't have assaulted her. He couldn't have set the fire. The entire domestic violence claim was a fabrication. Further investigation also revealed that she ignored police calls during the fire, claiming her phone was charging. She contacted her daughter about the fire before police had informed her, contradicting her claim that no one was home. Everything pointed to a calculated attempt to destroy the property and to frame a man who physically could not have been there. With the first-degree arson warrant issued on May 2nd, 2024, investigators spent months tracking Bridges through digital traces, phone warrants, and financial links, eventually narrowing her location to Akron, Ohio. On September 5th, 2024, U.S. Marshals located and arrested her without incident. She was transported back to Michigan for interrogation. On September 17th, 2024, Bridges sat across from Detective Reinhold after being read her rights.
Already got the jailbreak. She ready. She ready to go in. It would be somebody from Ohio, man. It would be the Midwest. Ohio and Michigan.
I set the fire. I didn't set no fire.
Okay. Who is, Keith Campbell. That's who you're arguing with inside the house? That's what you said. That's on camera. Body cameras at the house. So that was your boyfriend at the time? That's who you're arguing with? Huh? That's on the cameras. Do you have, well, there's a couple things. You know there's cameras everywhere in the park, right? And the officers with body camera, yeah. So we have everything on there. So initially you said the officers, Keith Campbell started the fire or something, or you had a dispute with him?
No, I said I had a domestic dispute.
Yeah, with him?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're the only person that walks out of the house?
When I made the report, he asked me the same thing. He said, don't you know there's cameras in front of your door? I said, yes,
Yeah.
I'm aware there's cameras in front of my door.
Right. How, I guess, there's no one else inside the house. And when do you think you'd be here right now if there's nothing to the case or we didn't know what was going on? Do you know where Keith is at?
No.
You don't know where he's at? Do you know where he was at the time of the fire?
He was left in the house.
He was where?
He was left in the house.
He wasn't even in the house. So, he wasn't even there.
You're the only one seen leaving.
Right, but he was left in the house.
Okay.
What? So if he was left in the house, that means he should have died in the fire. She's so stupid. This man locked up. She think they can't look that up. Hey, man, let me know if y'all want to see more videos on these Section 8 evictions. This one was a little different than usual. Still was entertaining, though. Probably more entertaining than usual. Hey, y'all let me know, though. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Once again, it's your brother YT. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.